According to royal sources, there's a sense of shock and fury within the royal family after Prince Harry announced that he's writing this memoir about his life as a British prince. Now, we learned yesterday the book will be published in 2022 by Penguin Random House and has been written with a ghostwriter. Royal insiders told me earlier today that the Prince of Wales was not aware about the plan of writing the book, and he's very worried about what Harry might say about his stepmother, Camilla. There's so many aspects to this story, Darren Grimes, so many aspects to it. And absolutely everything I picked up today was a complete sense of fury and shock from within the royal family. This is going to be the final nail of the coffin. There's so many angles about it. But one that I find particularly fascinating that was raised with me today by a very well-connected royal insider is the fact that there's question marks over where this money's going. Because, you know, yesterday when it was announced, Prince Harry said all the proceeds of the book will be going to charity. And actually, when Carol Malone was on the panel and she raised it, I said, well, look, he's saying it's going to charity. On further investigation today, Harry has said the proceeds of the book are going to charity. What he hasn't said is what's happening to the $20 million advance. Because, you see, Harry's got this advance already, according to publishing insiders, which means that to actually make any proceeds, it would have to make $20 million. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I want to see, Darren, is Prince Harry actually come out and say, all proceeds, including my $20 million advance, will be going to charity. Otherwise, I wonder if this is all about lining his pockets. And I don't have confirmation of that, but all I'm saying is that it's been raised today by royal insiders to me directly.
Well, who knows, right? But I imagine running that mansion's quite expensive, and I imagine being married to Miss Markle is very expensive. But I saw one Daily Mail headline, Dan, that said Prince Harry doesn't need Queen's permission to write £20 million memoir, and I thought, all right, you cheeky beggar. The Queen doesn't need permission from Prince Harry, this petulant prince, to remove the royal titles from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, right? It works both ways. And I think at this point, when Prince Harry, far from talking about the intrusion into his private life, when will Prince Harry stop intruding in his own private life? Indeed. He just can't seem to let it go.
Indeed, what a complete nonsense this all is, Esther Kraku, when it comes to that. But I just feel the human drama is so sad here, actually, because Charles, and I spoke to someone close to Charles today who told me, actually, this has really devastated him. He's actually more upset than angry. And one of the reasons is that he always felt he had a stronger relationship with Harry than William. And obviously that's all fallen apart. Whereas for Prince William, he just finds this unforgivable. And I think it's going to be very difficult for their relationship to recover.
I mean, aside from the fact that this is undoubtedly tacky, right? And in the beginning, I always tried to give them, a fair shot because I knew that there was obviously a media bias. And I said, just look at what the media reports about Meghan and Harry from the perspective of a media that doesn't like them. But no one forced them to go on Oprah. No one's forced them to do this. This is just tacky. But what I can't believe is someone is interested enough in their story to pay $20 million for it. Like, are you joking? What don't we know now? Like, what is so interesting? What is he going to reveal to us that's going to be so earth-shattering?
Well, I actually think there's so much he can reveal, and that's, I think, Becca, what the royal family is so worried about. I mean, another royal source I spoke to today said don't underestimate how potentially seismic this is for the monarchy, because it's actually very different to the Andrew Morton biography of Princess Diana, which she did contribute to, the Jonathan Dimbleby biography of Prince Charles, which he did contribute to. It's different because this is under his name. Anything he says, he will have to own, and he'll have to own it for the rest of his life. But it also means that there's more power in the words.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is why they don't...
Will he name the royal racist, for example? That's one of the big questions plaguing people within the palace.
Exactly. He's kind of fallen into sort of influencer trap, hasn't he? That you have to reveal more to keep your currencies, become a Kardashian. You have to reveal every aspect of your life to remain relevant. And I think, you touched on it, the human aspect of this, it's just awful. This is a family that is, we were just watching kind of, being sort of torn apart by his behaviour. This is obviously he's obviously in a very, very bad place. This is the behaviour of someone who is hurtful, hurting. This is not someone who is happy and enjoying life and, is very happy to have started this new chapter in America. This just smacks of pain.
Because you know what? When you're completely eaten up by seeking revenge and seeking revenge on your own family. You're a very deeply unhappy individual. The karma's going to get you, and it's going to get you good, because he thinks he's doing a great thing here, but actually he'll end up regretting it, because him and Meghan will inevitably break up, and the damage that he will have caused his blood relatives, that will never go away. That cannot be forgotten. He cannot make it up to Prince Philip, for example, who was on his deathbed as they slammed the royal family in that revolting Oprah Winfrey interview. So there's a lot of consequences for what Prince Harry is going to do in this book.